Joining us once again is Larry Jaffee, and he's here for a whole new reason. It has to do with beets, like music beets, and beets, literally the things that you eat. Wow, what is going on with beets and beets?
Well, this actually goes back to over 2 years ago when you came to my book launch on Record Store Day in April 2022. My book was called Record Store Day, the Most Improbable Comeback of the 21st Century.
Record Store Day, yeah.
Right. So records, the revival records are looked upon as something of the past, right? Now people, remember growing up with them and now kids like them, but we're moving the format into the 21st century. So we're not actually doing vinyl. We're making our records out of sugar beets, a plant-based material, totally fossil fuel free. These records have been tested, and in fact, my partners are in Iceland this week presenting our first sampler promotional record of 9 artists who are playing the big music festival called Airwaves there. I first got this idea sitting on a plane connecting to Reykjavik. I'm looking at these artists, over 200, and I'm thinking to myself, if any place in the world needs a record factory,
right,
it's Iceland. At that same conference where I just came from in Germany, I heard about this new material made out of sugar beets, and a seed was planted.
Okay. So this product, right, does it have the same type of mastering, Larry? Like, are you pressing the vinyl to get the grooves to make?
Well, the process is somewhat similar, but
Okay.
the actual pellets.
Okay.
Yeah, records begin with something called the hockey puck.
Right.
And it looks like a hockey puck. It's a hunk of plastic.
Right. They used to call it a not so nice word that started with a T, but
Right.
I know what you're talking about. Right.
So
okay. We'll call it a hockey puck.
when
All right.
when the sugar beets get processed into this new material, it looks like plastic, but it's not plastic.
Okay.
And the pellets are very similar. I was very fortunate to become very friendly with someone who builds record plants across the world, 24 factories. His name is Kevin DaCosta. Kevin has spoken at my conference, Making Vinyl, since 2019.
Wow.
So also, since 2019, I was in touch with a friend of his who he helped build his plant. His name is Gummy Isfeld. And he was born in Iceland, but since 2018 has operated a factory in Copenhagen, Denmark, where he went to learn graphic design, in fact.
It's a whole new world.
It is.
So records are making a comeback, right? But now you're doing it in a whole new way. So you're putting the beats on the beats. I love that. You can use that unless it's already been unless they're already using it. But I think it's kind of clever and cute. So the way that it's doing it, though, is it still the same type of record player where it's like needle drop, or is there a different player?
No, it's exactly the same.
Really?
Plays on any. Yeah, you don't need new equipment.
Were you fascinated by that? Obviously,
Absolutely. And the first time I heard one of these records was in March.
Okay.
We went to Iceland Music, the 3 founding partners. Now, we didn't know if we really just had an interesting idea or could we really run with this. And the government and the music industry rolled out the red carpet for us.
Wow, that's wonderful.
So it's a government that's very ecologically minded.
They are.
And the music industry is also focused on sustainability now. So they're looking for solutions to lower their carbon footprint.
Beautiful. They're not edible, though, right? Once you
Actually,
process them.
you wouldn't
No,
you wouldn't get sick by eating one of our records.
How many
but-
plays? How many plays?
Well,
do you
that's
think you
a very good
One?
question.
One or
no,
more?
no.
A few.
It's made to last.
Okay.
And they're being tested right now at the University of Liverpool for
Wonderful.
to answer that type of question.
So great. So great.
Yeah.
Now, this first promo beat record, how many, plays are on it? Like how many performances?
9 tracks.
Okay, 9 tracks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these are all mostly unsigned artists from Iceland. So we are launching a label as well, in addition to building a factory.
Yes, and the label
And
is
so
called?
we're hoping to, it's called Beets Records.
Yeah, Thermal Beets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. I've known you for such a long time, and I love to watch the evolution of you. And I'm sure that your partners have also had wonderfully, I guess, cool jobs in the past. And so to come together like this is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, what we have in common is we're not comfortable working in the corporate world,
Really?
which is true. Which is true.
Really, Blair?
Which is true. Actually, most people in the record industry,
Right.
unless they're working for one of the big, conglomerates, the Universals, the Sonys, the Warners, but those companies are also focused on sustainability.
It's time. It is time.
it's
And
time.
I'm sure even the jackets and the album covers and everything that you do.
Recycled paper,
all the whole
ink,
thing.
everything.
Wonderful.
And what's great is there are a couple new research studies that show that Gen Z and millennials especially will pay more for a record that cares about the environment.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. It's brilliant. I can't wait. I want to start my collection today. And how many pieces are you thinking that you're going to be able to produce?
Well, we should have at least 10,000 a month or
Awesome.
so. Like we
And
have
then
it
you're going to
all
have to
planned
like
out
have your own
already.
beet farms.
What's that?
Then you're going to end up
Well,
having your own beet farms, right?
that's the phase 3
Okay.
plan.
Gotcha.
Major European companies, considering the possibility of we would grow the beets
Right.
in Iceland
Right.
and then also process them there. But that's going to take a lot of money to do
It's going to
that
happen.
portion of it.
It's
Right,
going to happen.
right.
You know why? Because when you put passion into something and you know that it's a good idea, other people are going to see the vision and they're going to want to get on board, right? It's like that little, remember the children's story? I used to love this children's story, The Little Red Hen. And the little red hen is going to make some bread, right? And he's talking about like, who's going to help me do this? Who's going to help me do that? Who's got the grain? Who's got the water? Who's got the this? Who's got the that, right? And at the end of the day, he's making bread, right? And some of the animals, the other animals are like, nah, I'm too busy. I'm doing this or the other thing, right? But when it was time to eat the bread, they were all there, right? So the story of the little red hen, what's different about what I see with beets, thermal beets, is the fact that everyone's going to see how to make the bread. And everybody's going to want to participate.
Well, actually, where we're planning on doing the factory is 5 minutes away from the airport. And they are planning on turning this into a ecological tourist
Center.
destination. So,
Count me in.
there might be some really nice promotional money coming our way.
Right.
And you're right. We will have like a glass window that you could actually see it, and you could actually make your records. I think 2 days a week we're planning on doing that.
Where you could like record your voice and print your record on Beets.
Right.
Oh man, you're awesome. This is so cool. Thank you for coming to share this story with me because I love all that type of stuff. I love the entertainment industry so much, especially music. Grew up with it, love it. It means so much to me. But I like the fact that this is a global initiative, that you're doing it with Iceland. And they say that, the whole story about Iceland, right, is that it's actually very, very beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing. And actually, you could go a 30-mile radius. This is why all the major Hollywood films and television series are all filmed there. Game of Thrones, because they have every single climate
Right there.
right there.
Go Iceland. Thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed this visit. If you want, you could go back to look at other things that I've talked to Larry Jaffee about over the years on my show, including our British Airways face-to-face trip together. We've done so many things over the years. When I know it's something really good, then I have Larry Jaffee on, and this is really good. Thanks for watching.